What if the world's greatest love story wasn't just a story? What if the journey of a god king to rescue his divine queen from a demon lord was not an allegory, but a memory? A memory so profound, its evidence is etched into the very geography of the earth, visible even from the heavens. This is the story of the Ramayana, and the quest to find its place, not just in our hearts, but in our history. For millions, the Ramayana is the ultimate epic of dharma, sacrifice, and devotion. The tale of Prince Rama of Ayodhya, his noble wife Sita, and their unwavering ally Hanuman. We are told it is an epic poem, a foundational scripture. But what if it is also a travelogue, a chronicle of real places and real events? By the end of this video, you will see the startling evidence that suggests the Ramayana is not a myth that takes place in a fantasy world, but a story that unfolds on a very real map, a map you can still trace today. The journey begins in Ayodhya, in northern India. For centuries, skeptics called it a mythical city, but modern archaeology has unearthed layers upon layers of continuous sediment right where the texts claim Ayodhya stood, dating back thousands of years. The story is already on solid ground. From there, the Ramayana describes Rama's exile into the Dandaka forest. He settles in a place called Panchavati on the banks of the Godavari River. Today, we know this city as Nashik, where local traditions still point out the very caves where Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana are said to have lived. The trail continues south. The epic speaks of Rama's meeting with the Vanara, a race of intelligent forest dwellers in their kingdom of Kishkinda. This kingdom is described as being surrounded by hills and dotted with caves near the Pampa Sarovar. Travel to Hampi in modern-day Karnataka, and you will find a landscape that matches this description perfectly, a place where local folklore and the ancient text align with breathtaking precision. The story leads us, step by step, across the Indian subcontinent. But this is where the journey meets its greatest obstacle, and where myth and reality collide with incredible force. To rescue Sita, who has been abducted and taken to the island kingdom of Lanka, Rama stands on the shores of the southern sea. He must cross the ocean. The epic tells us his army of Vanaras built a miraculous floating bridge, a causeway of rock and stone stretching across the water. For centuries, this was seen as the most fantastical part of the story, a beautiful metaphor, but surely just a myth. Until we look down from space. This is the moment that changes everything. NASA satellite imagery reveals a distinct, submerged causeway stretching over 30 miles across the Palk Strait, connecting the tip of India with modern-day Sri Lanka. It is a chain of limestone shoals, a natural formation, yes, but one that is perfectly aligned with the bridge described in the Ramayana. Coincidence? Perhaps, but then science uncovered something even more extraordinary. Oceanographic studies suggest that this land bridge was once passable on foot, and carbon dating of the stones found resting on the sandbank shows that they are thousands of years older than the sand itself. This implies that these rocks didn't form there, they were brought there, placed there. The Ramayana gives us a map, and modern science, with its satellites and carbon dating, points to a bridge right where the map says it should be. The floating stones described in the epic find a fascinating echo in the lightweight, porous pumice stones created by volcanic activity in the region, which do in fact float before becoming waterlogged. The story's most unbelievable element suddenly has a foundation in scientific possibility. So is the Ramayana history? Perhaps the question isn't whether every detail is literal fact, but whether we've been too quick to dismiss a profound national memory, one that is etched not just in scripture, but onto the very surface of our planet. The Ramayana is more than a story. It is a journey, and its footprints are still visible to those who know where to look. If this story opened your eyes to a deeper history, share it with others who seek the truth. And let us know in the comments, What piece of the Ramayana inspires you the most?